Good morning, all, once again, and welcome to this press briefing, which is intended to update the public on the status of the investigation surrounding the murder of Isaiah and Joel Henry, which occurred between the 5th and the 6th of September 2020. With us in the briefing, or leading the briefing, will be the Minister of Home Affairs, the Honorable Mr. Brindley Ben, MP. Also with us is the Commissioner of Police Acting, Mr. Nigel Hoppie, DSM, Deputy Commissioner of Police Acting, Mr. Clifton Hippin. We also have with us the Crime Chief, Mr. Wendell Blanham, Senior Superintendent. We also have Senior Superintendent Calvin Brutus, who is the Deputizing Admin, or Deputy Commissioner Administration Acting. We also have with us, and my apologies, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs. And of course, the Public Relations Officer, Ms. Adams, from the Ministry of Home Affairs, and yours truly. Without further ado, I wish to hand you over to the Minister at this moment. Thank you very much. Minister?
Well, thank you. Good morning, all. Yes, McCalman, Commissioner Hoppie, other commanders of the Guyana Police Force, viewers and listeners out there. I first off would like to reiterate what I had put down in a statement with respect to the extremely unfortunate and vicious event which occurred on the west coast of Berbice, resulting in the deaths and the mutilation of Isaiah and Joel Henry. Whatever may have been the reason for it, insofar as we know or may surmise, there could be no excuse for what happened, for the deaths of the young men and the egregious mutilation of their bodies. We share the shock and hurt and horror at this event. We are surprised at the extremities of the results which accompanied the event, and we want to reassure the public and to reassure all Guyanese that no effort will be spared to bring the perpetrators of this heinous crime to justice. The Guyana Police Force has been very active already on the ground in respect of their investigations relating to this matter. The Guyana Police Force is required to do a professional investigation and to bring calm and order to the area of West Coast Berbice. No one would want the escalation of any situation on the coast, including the resumption of the blocking of the public highways, to a point which should bring about a further deterioration in the law and order situation out there, and to create the possibility of bringing more harm, physical harm to residents of the area, and to the destruction of property, and to further loss of life. I want to continue to appeal to the residents, to the communities out there, to those upstanding and reasonable persons in the communities to bring their influence to bear to have a resort and a resumption to order and to the unblocking of the roads. The police force have brought assets into the area to try to open up the roads again and to bring about calm to the situation. I wish to repeat that there is no harm, and certainly it is not unexpected that as a result of this event that there would be protests. However, the resort to the blocking of roads, the lighting of fires, the moving around of youths with cutlasses and other implements, and moreover, the fact that we are aware that certain persons who may want to
Recording is on.
take negative, opportunistic results in respect of the situation, that these will all not help to bring order and safety to the Guyanese communities in the area. I want to commend those in the area who are already making overtures and appeals to bring calm to the situation. I want to encourage the Guyana Police Force to continue its efforts in the first issue, that is of bringing the perpetrators to justice and to restore calm,
Recording has stopped.
and order and peace to the communities so that we can all be safe while traversing the area and visiting the area. With that, I'd like to pass on remarks, the opportunity for remarks to Commissioner Hoppie.
Thank you very much, Mr. and Permanent Secretary, all other persons present here, members of the media. First of all, permit me please to express my condolences to the relatives of both Joel and Isaiah Henry. And as iterated by the minister, a gruesome act was committed on these two individuals. They were pretty young and what we call shut out in the prime of their youth. But to be specific,
Recording is on.
it occurred about 15:30 hours on Sunday, September the 6th, 2020. The bodies of both Joel, 18 years old, and his cousin Isaiah Henry, 16 years old, of number 3 village, West Coast Barbies, were found by discovered bearing several marks of violence in the village of Cotton Tree, West Coast Barbies. The victims had left their home during the morning of Saturday, September the 5th, 2020, for the Baghdad to pick coconuts. They did not return home as expected, and consequently, a missing persons report was made by relatives of the police at Blairmont Police Station. And that was done on Saturday evening. A search party was formed on Sunday,
Recording has stopped.
which led to the subsequent discovery of the bodies that are presently at the Anthony's Funeral Home awaiting post-mortem examination. The police have since launched an intensive investigation into this gruesome murder, and information so far has led to the arrest of 3 persons who are in police custody assisting with investigation. In the meanwhile, the angry residents have blocked the road, and as iterated by the minister again, we're appealing for calm in that area and are urging residents to allow for the free flow of traffic along the roadways. I wish to assure you that the Guyana Police Force would conduct a thorough investigation into this matter and to ensure you also that no stones will be left unturned in addressing this, as we would do it from a professional standpoint as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I think that we now have an opportunity to have questions or clarification from media online. So we're open to your questions at this moment.
Minister Neil Marks from the newsroom. I'd like to ask the Commissioner a couple of questions. Commissioner, after the parents made the missing persons report one Saturday night, one Saturday morning, what efforts did the police make?
Mr. Moore, just hold.
Can I go ahead?
No, man. You want him to go ahead? Hold on.
Go ahead, Mr. Marks.
Thank you. Mr. Commissioner, good morning. I was asking, a missing persons report was made on Saturday night and another one was made on Sunday morning. What sort of efforts did the police make when those reports were filed to locate the young men? Also, can you say at this time if the murders did occur at Cotton Tree? Because the mother of one of the boys have said that she was told that the murder occurred at the back of number 3 and the bodies were taken to Cotton Tree. And the third question, can you tell us a bit about the suspects you have in custody? What led you to their arrest?
Well, I would begin with the last one first. The suspects we have in custody, one of them is the owner of the estate close to where the bodies were discovered. The other one is a handyman who works along with the owner of the estate. And the third person is his son. With regards to the murder being perpetrated some other place, police are still conducting investigation to ascertain where it would have occurred. But as we speak, investigators are on the ground to deliver a professional work. So as soon as that information reaches us, we would inform you accordingly. But we're dealing with where we have discovered the bodies on the ground, as I already indicated. And finally, the missing persons report was made on Saturday. It was on the very day the person had gone missing. The police, however, was still concerned, even though when we do conduct searches for missing report, we do it after a 24-hour period. But because of the concerns expressed by both the relatives and the concerns shown by police, we decided to visit the backlands even before the 24 hours had taken.
That's it for you, Mr. Marks.
For now, thank you. If there's nobody else, I can go.
Are there any other questions?
Commissioner, good morning.
Commissioner, you in a press statement issued last night,
And even though they were 200 feet apart, the first one closer to the establishment was somewhere around 600 feet out.
There was also some statements made by relatives and villagers that they seem to have impressions in the glass and so on that persons might have crossed from a rice field over to where the coconut estate is. Could you say if your investigators have been able to determine anything of that sort at this point?
No, as we speak, I'm saying the crime scene and the major crimes unit are in that area, combing the area to uplift any evidence that we could find useful to this investigation. And so every lead that we encounter be taken into account to ensure that a professional investigation is conducted.
Minister Benn, you say at this point there is any plan by yourself and or the administration, anyone from the administration of the force, and by extension government to visit the community in an effort to engage the residents who clearly have been upset over what has taken place?
Well, speaking for myself, I do intend to take the opportunity to visit the area and to meet with the relatives of the deceased.
Commissioner?
The commissioner would go along with the minister whenever he is ready to visit.
Commissioner, one final question for me. Minister, opposition leader Jordan Palmer last evening issued a statement where he expressed concerns about the situation here at Robeson and what took place with the murders of these two young men. In that statement, he also made reference to requesting a meeting with you, and he included in the statement the fact that you said that you were busy. Could you give some comments with respect to this?
Yes, the opposition leader, through his executive director, had written the police force for an engagement on or before Monday, the 7th, which is today. And that was on Thursday, the letter was received. I responded on Friday, indicating to him that we would, based upon prior engagement in the Guyana police force, for me, it would be difficult for me to convene the meeting until Friday. The letter was sent to the place that indicated us to send it. But at the time, it was, I guess the impression was closed of business, no one was here to uplift it. We received a number to call just to ensure that it was delivered. The number went unanswered after several calls. So on Sunday, Mr. Harmon engaged me in relation to the letter, and I indicated to him that I had sent a response, but no one was there. Mind you, this was prior to this occurrence at Bordees. So to tie in my response to that of the individuals who were murdered in Bordees is not really fair, because it was prior to a formal report from the police, and it had no bearing on what was mentioned or the activity in the West Bordees area.
So there was no conversation between yourself and the opposition leader in relation to the incident about yesterday?
No, he did say that two persons were discovered murder, and that is all. It had not, the letter was, the information in the letter was concerned, was spoken to him before that statement was made.
Good morning, Commissioner. Nazima Ragabir, Prime News.
What was actually put out on the social media platform.
Mr. Smith. Do we have any other question?
Yes. Good morning.
Yes, Nazima Ragabir, Prime News. Police Commissioner, can you say whether or not the police will prioritize requesting a post-mortem at this time?
Huh? Yes, it's done. Huh? It's done. Yeah. Mr. Marks,
Can you hear me?
This is clicked. This is on me. Let me turn this. Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, do we have any other questions?
Yes, good morning. Are you hearing
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Ms. Zino. Go ahead, please.
Commissioner, can you say whether or not the police will prioritize requesting postmortems at this time?
Given the nature of this matter, the police will certainly work with some amount of alacrity to ensure that this matter is brought to finality.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dennis Walsh,
Dennis Sugar.
Commissioner.
Mr. Sugar, if you could probably get closer to the because we can barely.
Are you hearing?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm asking if Commissioner Reddy can elaborate on whether the teams are cooperating what they've been saying so far, and also secondly, to what extent the police force.
Here, News Source. Good morning, Minister. So, I know you mentioned that 3 persons are now in custody. Could you say whether you've also found a murder weapon? Can you brief us on that? If any murder weapon was discovered?
No murder weapon. I'm advised that no murder weapon was found so far.
And sir, could you say how many members from CID Georgetown or Major Crimes Georgetown are a part of the investigation? How many have been dispatched to the area to be part of this probe?
I'm advised that we have at least 6 persons who have been dispatched, and the crime chief is currently engaged in sending additional persons to boost the complement that was already dispatched. Just in addition to the detectives in Bordeaux who are conducting their investigation also.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, you did say, like, Commissioner, you did say that the
Commissioner, follow-up from my last question. Have the detainees been, what the detainees have been saying? Have they had any sort of confessions so far? Have they indicated that they're connected in any way? And also, what's the
like I said,
have you been able to ascertain?
So like I said, they're assisting with investigations. And as soon as we reach the position where we could make a statement in that regard, we would so do.
Okay, just hold for me. We have Mr. Smith in the room who wants to ask a follow-up question, please.
Yeah, Commissioner, you did say that they are assisting with the investigation. I think I'd like to ask a direct question of yourself or the crime chief as to if these persons in custody are cooperating with the police. Are they providing any useful information in relation to this development?
I don't want to disclose what
like cooperating.
they are assisting the police. He does know that I'll be going to say on this one. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Are the synodal in the region also?
No.
Okay, do we have any other questions, please?
So, if there are no further questions, I just would like to reiterate our concern for a restoration of law and order in the area, the importance and the imperative for the Ghana Police Force to pursue this matter vigorously and to bring the perpetrators to justice, and to avoid any situation which would allow for the aspects relating to this matter, interventions by others related to this matter, that would bring the situation completely out of control and bring harm to others. In closing, I would like to, of course, express my condolences to the families, the parents, and the communities, and all the communities, because I think all the communities, particularly in the West Coast Police, are hurt by this event. And it is an emotional time, but we have to bring things back to a more peaceful situation and to allow the opportunity for the police force and others to access areas where the investigations could be done, that nothing we do should make it difficult for the police and others to bring an orderly closure to this situation. So thank you very much for joining us today. And as the situation unfolds, we will give further updates. Thank you very much.